Chris Will Deal With It focuses on bridging the gap between where you're at now and where you'd like to be. We'll explore wisdom and techniques from a wide variety of domains and industries and apply them to your unique challenges. I love developing frameworks, processes, and storytelling metaphors that enable personal and business growth. Through actionable next steps, we'll build momentum and confidence. My goal is to help you clear roadblocks, do more with what you have, and realize the potential of yourself and your team. So throw your challenges my way, and Chris will deal with it. First, an AI statement that all elements of this episode are products of the author, Chris Kreuter, and made without the use of any AI tools. Welcome to part 8 of our Summer Principles series. This episode can be listened to by itself, but for greater context, refer back to the intro episode number 32. Note that the principles in this series are what work for me. They allow me to thrive and live my values as best as I can. I'm not advocating the adoption of my specific set of principles. Rather, I'm attempting to showcase the power of principles by providing more context on how they can be defined, codified, and embedded into the thoughts and actions of our lives. Let's dig into principle number 8. Make this self your best self. So where does this principle come from? It's the desire for continuous improvement, maintaining intellectual curiosity, staying active, increasing my skill set. By constantly improving, we open up opportunities to compound our potential impact on the world. And we get to define what our best is. This current self is preceded by all our older versions. These have brought us to this current moment, but they don't have to fully define your current self. You can give yourself permission to change your lifestyle, opinions, goals, etc. Start from now. This principle is meant as a constant reminder to be the better version you want to become. So why is this important? We can think of ourselves as 3 people. There's past us, current us, and future us. For past us, we want to honor their effort, their history, their vision of the future, learn their lessons, understand their limitations, and accept their failings. So for current us, we can only truly live as this person. This person is a unique opportunity to be our best self fully realized. This person is not the same as the past or future versions, yet is the bridge between them. And future us, we want to provide with the knowledge and skills that they can use to seize opportunities. Know that they're going to turn out differently from what past us and current us expects. By making this self your best self, you're acting as the best bridge you can. How does living this principle impact myself and others? I'm regularly imploring people to keep learning, striving, growing. It's one of the main motivations for this podcast. Within an organization, by openly trying, experimenting, and eventually evolving, that can be a powerful example you set for others. If it becomes embedded in a company culture, watch the magic happen. It can also be a balm for challenging times, right? Bad things happen, mistakes are made, and we can divert away from our principles. But what matters is how you change course to get back on the track that you want to take. And what does living this principle look like in action? You embrace those times in life when you can step back and evaluate where you're at. What's most important? What isn't taking you closer to your best self? Is this self the person I truly want to be? What opportunities exist to move me closer to that person? And what do I need to seize those opportunities? A plan or ideal is good to a point. The caution here is not to overplan and live too much in that vision of future you. We can get stuck in the planning stage, which is easier than taking action. By doing one thing at a time, executed well, it's going to help you improve faster with more focus. Staying close and focused on current you makes it easier to pivot. There's not as much regret over all that planning that's not realized. Our current situation, our assets, and the company we keep may limit our capability to improve ourselves. Or it can limit our ability to see future options. Remember that our skills and resources can compound in ways that are impossible to predict. So what would the historical high school graduate version of you think of who you are now? What if you had that kind of vision of the future for yourself right now? I bet that in both cases, you'd be staring at that person in disbelief. We're going to end today's episode with a fantastic quote courtesy of Dr. Sharon Ely, which captures the spirit of making this self our best self in a way that's very unique. A 1,000-gram iron bar has a raw value of about $100. If you decide to make horseshoes, its value increases to $250. If instead you decide to make sewing needles, the value would increase to about $70,000. If you decided to produce watch springs and gears, the value would increase to about $6 million. However, still, if you decided to manufacture precision laser components out of it like the ones used in lithography, it'll be worth $15 million. Your value is not just what you are made of, but above all, in what ways you can make the best of who you are. And with that, have a great day. If you feel that Chris dealt with it, I'd appreciate your support of the show by sharing it with someone who might benefit. Ratings on your favorite podcast player are also helpful in growing the audience. Visit chriskreuter.com for free downloadable PDFs with notes and resources from today's episode, sign up to the CDWI mailing list, or to send in your problems or requests for future shows. That's CHRISKREUTER.com, or use the link in the show notes. Thanks for listening to Chris Will Deal With It.